Hello friends, let us discuss the daily news analysis for 4th of March 2020. So the Lokpal rules were notified by the government yesterday, and according to the Lokpal rules, the complaint against any prime minister, either serving or a former prime minister, will go to a Lokpal full bench, and if that complaint is rejected, no explanation will be offered for that particular rejection. So in this context, let us see what is Lokpal and Lokayuktas Act. It was passed in the year 2013 after a movement led by Anna Hazare known as India Against Corruption in the year 2011. So after this movement, this act was passed by the parliament, but the first Lokpal was appointed only last year. So Mr. Pinaki Chandra Ghosh was appointed as the first Lokpal of India along with a full 8-member body. So let us see. So Lokpal is a anti-corruption ombudsman and the chairperson is Mr. Pinaki Chandra Ghosh. It has jurisdiction over the central government to inquire into the allegations of corruption against public functionaries. The act was passed in the year 2013, followed by the Jan Lokpal movement by Anna Hazare in 2011. So as of March 2019, ever since the act was passed, Mr. P.C. Ghosh was appointed as the first Lokpal, and the Lokpal selection committee includes the Prime Minister of India, the Chief Justice of India, and the Lok Sabha Speaker. Similarly, the composition of the body is one chairperson and 8 members. Out of those 8 members, half are judicial members who have been judge of the Supreme Court or Chief Justices of High Court, and other half are the non-judicial members who are people of impeccable integrity and outstanding ability, having knowledge and experience of not less than 25 years in the fields relating to anti-corruption, public administration, vigilance, finance, including insurance and banking, law and management. So currently, the judicial members of the commission are Dilip Babasaheb Bhonsle, Pradeep Kumar Mohanty, Abhilasha Kumari, and Ajay Kumar Tripathi. So these have been either judges or chief justices of high courts. Non-judicial members, those who have not less than 25 years of experience, are Dinesh Jain, Archana Ramasundaram, Mahendra Singh, and Dr. Indrajit Prasad Gautam. Fresh western disturbance is likely to bring rain, hail, and storm in the Delhi NCR region. So in this context, it is very important for us to know that what is a western disturbance, because it can be a highly likely topic for geography. So western disturbance is an extratropical storm which originates in the Mediterranean region, and it brings sudden winter rain to the northwestern parts of Indian subcontinent. So basically there are winds, planetary winds known as westerlies. So they come from the western part of the globe and they carry moisture either from the Mediterranean Sea or from the Arabian Sea, and the moisture in these storms is then shed in the northwestern part of India, either in the form of precipitation, rain, or snowfall. And the difference between extratropical and tropical storm is that extratropical storms are in the upper atmosphere, whereas the tropical counterparts are mostly in the lower atmosphere. So the extratropical storms, that is the moisture that is carried in the upper atmosphere, is brought to the Indian subcontinent, and the moisture is shed as rain when the storm system encounters the Himalayas. And these western disturbances are more frequent and strong in the winter season. These western disturbances are very important for the development of the Rabi crop. A Rabi crop is that crop which is sown in the months of November and is harvested in the months of March and April. And the most important staple crop in the Rabi season is wheat. Since the Anti-Citizenship Amendment Act protests have begun, 5 foreigners have been asked to leave India. So 5 foreigners who were seen participating in the anti-CAA rallies have been asked to leave India because it was alleged that they have violated their visa norms. So in this context, it is important for us to know the provisions of the Constitution of India regarding fundamental rights. So we should know that there are 5 articles which are available only to the citizens of India and not to the foreigners. So the fundamental rights are contained in part 3 of the Constitution of India, from articles 12 to article 35. So in these articles 15, 16, article 19, 29 and 30, these 5 articles or fundamental rights are available only to the citizens. In this context, it is important for us to discuss article 19. So article 19 of the Constitution protects certain rights regarding freedom of speech. The first right is that all citizens shall have the right to freedom of speech and expression. Now this is the particular right we are talking about. So the freedom of speech and expression is available only to the citizens of India and not to the foreigners. But there are certain exceptions, and these exceptions are that nothing in subclause A of clause 1 shall affect the operation of any existing law or prevent the state from making any law. So certain reasonable restrictions that have been imposed even on this law on citizens as well are the sovereignty and integrity of India, the security of the state, friendly relations with foreign states, public order, decency or morality, contempt of court, defamation, or incitement to an offense. So all these are reasonable restrictions which apply even on the citizens of India. However, even if these restrictions do not apply, the non-citizens are not eligible for this particular right. So any foreigner citizen cannot protest against the government of India or any state entity. That's why they have been asked to leave India. So they cannot demand it as a matter of right, because the Constitution does not grant it. And since Constitution is the supreme document and Constitution is saying that article 19 is applicable only to citizens, so non-citizens cannot demand benefits under this particular provision. In another worrisome news, Iran has tripled its stockpile of enriched uranium. So the International Atomic Energy Agency, which is the nuclear watchdog, headquartered in Vienna, the capital of Austria, it has recently certified that Iran has tripled its stockpile of enriched uranium. And this is in violation of the Iran nuclear deal, which it signed with the global powers. The official name of the deal was the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, also known as the Iran nuclear deal, which was signed between P5+1 countries on one side and Iran on the other side. So these P5+1 countries include the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council and Germany. And the 5 permanent members are United States of America, United Kingdom, Russia, France, and China. And along with that, the 6th country was Germany. So these 6 countries signed an agreement with Iran. Let us see the nitty-gritty of the deal. So under the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, Iran agreed to eliminate its stockpile of medium enriched uranium, cut its stockpile of low enriched uranium by 98%, and reduce by about 2/3 the number of gas centrifuges for 13 years. Also, for the next 15 years, Iran will only enrich uranium up to 3.67%. So at this level of enrichment, nuclear weapons cannot be produced. It is only sufficient for producing electricity. Also, Iran agreed not to build any new heavy water facilities for the same period of time. And uranium enrichment activities will be limited to a single facility using first generation centrifuges for 10 years. So all these measures were aimed at stopping Iran from developing any nuclear weapons. All other facilities will be converted to avoid any proliferation risks, or generating any nuclear weapons content. And to monitor all this, the International Atomic Energy Agency will have regular access to all Iranian nuclear facilities. This agreement provides that in return for verifiably abiding by its commitments, Iran will receive relief from US, European Union, and UN Security Council nuclear related sanctions. So all these countries had imposed economic sanctions on Iran, due to which the economy of Iran was crumbling. And because of that pressure, Iran agreed to sign this particular deal. However, in the year 2018, United States of America unilaterally withdrew from the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, and now it has totally withdrawn from the deal, and that is why Iran also is now violating its part of the deal, because USA unilaterally withdraw from this particular deal. Let us see some questions based on these. Which of the following countries was not part of the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action with Iran? So as I told you, the P5 countries, that is USA, UK, China, France, and Russia were part of it, plus Germany was also part of it. That means Italy was not a part of Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. In modern times, which was the first country to establish an institution of anti-corruption ombudsman? So the answer is Sweden. Sweden was the first country which established an institution resembling Lokpal for the first time in the 19th century. Thank you everyone. This has been the news analysis for 4th of March 2020.